Hello, everyone, and welcome to my happy place. I hope it becomes yours as well. Hello, crafty friends. Today we're going to start on the cover for this sewing journal that I'm working on. And so I had already picked out some fabrics, and I decided for this journal I wanted it to be soft. So I decided to use a soft package from Amazon. And it seemed to be a pretty good size. I think it was like 9 inches wide, which would be the height of the journal, the way I'm using it. And it was long enough so that I could still be able to have a closure, because I like to kind of have a closure on my journals I'm finding. So I'm just starting to put the fabric on. I don't really have any rhyme or reason for how I'm going to do it. I hadn't much of a plan. I pulled some fabrics that I thought looked good together, that I thought would be cute for this journal. And so I'm just putting them down where I think they look like they'd be good to go. This one I am using Aleene's, I think it's Fusion Glue or something. What is it? It is, Aleene's Fusion Fabric Glue is what I start out using. I don't really like it very well. I'm learning. I bought a bunch of different glues to try to figure out what I like best. That isn't it. Actually, what I found that for fabric like this that I like the best so far is the Aleene's Clear Tacky Glue. I just think it holds well. Aleene's has been around since like 1950. It's been around over 70 years, 74 years. You can't really beat it. They know their glues. It works. In the future, that's going to be one of my staple glues, just because I find that it really does work, and I haven't had any problems with it so far. So I'm just kind of smoothing things down, trying to get them where I want them for this. I kind of went with some playful, more cheerful fabrics for this, because it is a sewing journal. I'm gonna have a lot of different kinds of pages in there, going from vintage clear up to a little bit like the 1970s type. It's gonna be a modge podge of things. So I thought it was fine to do it kind of brighter. I loved that kind of doll dress fabric. I've had it for a while, and I decided I would use it on this project. Something I didn't want to have to buy anything. And the glue is important, but if you're going to sew, it's not totally important. I am going to sew around this, but I still wanted it to be somewhat stable, so that it wouldn't be moving around on me or anything. So that's that for sure. I do like these kind of softer covers for the journals. I use cereal boxes and other kind of boxes, Little Debbie boxes and things like that, pasta boxes, but I do like the soft cover. It's got to probably be probably my favorite, I would think. Here I'm looking at this. It doesn't look straight to me. I thought maybe it was cut crooked. I'm looking at the pattern on it. It's not cut crooked. Clearly I put it on there crooked. So luckily, because I used the other glue, I was able to take it off. Now I'm going to use Aleene's glue and put it on, the clear tacky glue. And hopefully this time we'll get it on there straight, because that was bothering me, that it was clearly crooked, and not because I cut it crooked or tore it crooked for a change, which I've been known to do in the past. So it wouldn't be a surprise if that happened. And I'm just kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. The red fabric was a little bit short, and I hadn't kind of planned on that. So I'm realizing I'm going to have to put another fabric at the end. I do have a lot of that blue polka dotted material. There's quite an excess there, and I think there was enough excess to put some of it on the other end, which there, it turns out there was enough to cut a little strip and put it on the other end as well. And that way they kind of match up. So it does kind of tie it in together. I wasn't mad about that. Probably a happy accident that I cut that the red wasn't, there wasn't enough of it. It was too short. So yeah, because I kind of just used, these are all pretty much scraps. I didn't cut into any new material for this. To be honest, I haven't bought any new material in a really long time. I had a lot of material. I've been a sewer over the years as well as a crafter, and so I do have a lot of material. The only thing I've probably bought over the last 10 years probably have been fat quarters, maybe, like at Walmart if I was in there. But that's been a long time ago. So at least 3 years or so. So, yeah. I haven't bought a lot of material. Oh, that's a lie. I have bought some online. I have bought some on Etsy. I have a favorite shop, Carolina Cotton Company. They're based out of North Carolina, I do believe. And I do order from them occasionally if I'm looking for something in particular to make for a gift for somebody or something. But other than that, I pretty much have not ordered anything or purchased any fabric. So this is, like I said, all stuff that I've had. Just using it to cover these journals. I don't have like a ton of florals. Or probably the materials I have were more for quilting. So they're kind of a little bit more generics, or kind of backgroundish. Like kind of materials that would go with a base material. So there's not a whole lot of like florals or anything that I have. A lot of polka dots. I like polka dots, so you'll see a lot of those if you stick around and watch my channel, because polka dots are my thing for sure. So I'm just getting this down. I'm making sure that the inside of this portion is covered because it's kind of like the clasp end of it. So I wanted to make sure that it was covered as well. And I hadn't decided if I was going to cut that or fold that over, and I decided it might as well just fold it over. It'll make the edges look nice and save me some problems of having to finish it later. So I just folded that over, glued it, and like I said, I know I'll be sewing it, so I wasn't too concerned about how well it was down. And I'm just kind of checking it out to see if I like it, which I do like it. I think it's turning out cute. I think it'll be good. Now, what are we going to do with the inside of it? Well, I had an idea, but I'm trying some things out. I love that picture. I really wanted to use it on this journal somehow, but I'm going to end up using it as a page. So I had picked this fabric out, deciding I don't like that fabric with all this. Had this paper, thought it was patterned. It's not. It's a bunch of receipts, I think. Not really what I was going for here. Yes, I do have some old patterns, so let's use that. I've been holding on to them, hoarding them for several years, so might as well use them for something. I realize, though, that those words are going to stick through because the patterns are kind of see-through, so I'm going to have to cover those up. I'm going to use some brown craft paper and some rubber cement to cover the words up. Yeah, you'll be able to see the difference underneath. Do I care? No. Is anybody that's looking at it probably going to care or even notice? Probably not by the time I'm done with it, because I'll probably end up putting some kind of pocket there anyway, eventually. So, yeah, I'm not picky like that. Just want to get it covered up. I could have left the words through, I guess. I mean, it's not like they say anything important or anything, but yeah, let's just go ahead and cover them up and be done with it so you can't see through them. They're not distracting. I didn't really want to distract away from the pattern either, so we'll just cover them up, and that way you can't see them anymore. And here I'm just kind of trying to figure out where I want the pattern to lay. It kind of does have a curve up there, so I'm kind of working with that a little bit, trying to make sure that meets that edge as much as possible. Since I use the bodice part of the pattern, and I'm getting ready to glue it down. I'm going to use rubber cement because it is paper on paper. I'm finding rubber cement I really like for that, you know, paper on paper. This is kind of also a very thin paper. It's a little more delicate. So I think rubber cement would probably work really well with that. It might come through a little bit, but it will dry quickly. So I'm okay with that. If it does come through a little bit. And it will dry clear as well. So, and, you know, and it is acid free. So that's a good thing. You know, it'll hold up through the test of time. It's not going to damage, you know, anything. So that makes me happy. I do really like the rubber cement. It's, you know, if you're not using it, you should be. Give it a try, because it's not expensive and it works really well as far as junk journals are concerned. I don't know, you know, why more people don't use it, but, you know, to each their own. Everybody's got their own favorite glue, just like kind of you get your own favorite pen, or, you know, everybody has their own way of doing things. This just happens to be mine. So, but I do like it. It works for me. So if you want to try it, go for it. It might become your thing too. So, yeah, that's that. And just put more cement, rubber cement on here, trying to get this together. This is the journal now that it's been sewn. I decided to put the signatures in with elastic instead of sewing them in, because in the future I want to be taking pages out to decorate them with you guys. So yeah, there it is. It's all sewn, it's together, and done and dusted. And we'll move on to the next part of the journal. Until next time, take care. Thank you for watching Happy Place Crafting. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It means a whole lot.